Okay, if you're tuning in, thank you so much for tuning in. Um, we're going to be going live. We're actually live right now, but we're expecting Mr. Omoyele Sowore, the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to join us for a live interview on Worship Media. We're going to be, just give us a few seconds and he will be joining us. Um, let's do this. So just keep inviting your friends, keep telling them about this interview because it is the kind of interview you don't want to miss. Like I said, we're just beginning to set up the whole thing. Everything is set up. We're just waiting for Shore to join in, and we will start on time. As you know, he's been in a town hall meeting. He just finished the town hall meeting. We're all watching live, and I don't know where he gets that energy from. But those are some of the questions we'll be asking him. So just keep inviting people, keep sharing this video as we get ready to go into action. Let's go. So wherever you are joining in from, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to some people. Yeah, like in China and some other parts of Asia. Good morning to you. Okay. Oh, I see. I gotta find a new video. In about 7 minutes from now, we will be bringing in Shaore to answer your questions. A lot of you have sent in questions, and we're gonna do justice to all of those. Thank you so much for sending in those questions.
Callback number.
Yeah. I'm gonna put out a callback number. I'll actually, could you log in? No, because we're about to start, and you can send in the calling numbers. We're gonna be going live.
Maybe on the comments.
Yeah, just put in the comment section. We'll be starting in about 5 minutes, so just give us some time and keep inviting people. Make sure that we spread the message around. You can see right now the call-in number is 647-889-2837. But you need to give us some time into the interview before you start calling. And if you're outside Canada, yeah, remember to put +1. But if you're within North America, you don't have to put +1. Queen Mary Chinedu, thank you for coming on the program. Thank you so much. Please share the video and spread the word around. We're already in touch with Mr. Sowore, and he's just trying to log on to the program. So we're set to go. We've confirmed that there's internet in his location, and which is very good for us. Nediogo Onwane, thank you for coming on. Ezika Thomas Okundaye, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. I'm just trying to bring Mr. Sowore online. Hello, Nediogo. I'm fine. I'm fine. And you? It's 2 o'clock, and in a few minutes from now, we're gonna be having our guest on this broadcast, Mr. Sowore, joining us. We are making every effort to make that happen. Um, we're very, very optimistic that the connection will happen. All right. Please help us share this video, Nediogo. Help us share the broadcast so we can have a lot more people joining, and people who have questions will be able to do justice to those questions. So just keep sharing the video, and Shora will join us in a second. Just a little bit more, and then we're waiting for Shore to join us. Like I said, he just finished a town hall meeting at Abeokuta, and it's been a marathon from one city to the other, having interviews, meeting with the people, and I don't know where he gets all this energy to do what he's doing, but it's just the logistics of I spoke with him a couple of minutes ago, and he said they have internet, and we did a test transmission, and everything is fine. I'm sure he's just trying to make the connection right now. Maybe I'll try to make another call. Oh, we're not getting a signal from. We're not getting a signal yet. I don't know why or what it is, but we're still hopeful. We're still very hopeful. I hope his battery has not died out on him. You know how it can be when that phone has been broadcasting live for lots and lots of hours. So I won't be surprised if the battery went dead on him. Now let's just hang in there, guys, and hope everything will be fine. Just trying to make this connection work, guys. Just bear with us. Um, technology helps you, but technology can also be a challenge sometimes. But we're still grateful for the opportunity to be able to do this with minimal technology and equipment. You know, things have been so simplified now that it makes it easy to get some things done. We just have to keep trying. Oh man, we will soon be, we'll soon start because really we've done everything, we've checked everything, every system, all the systems are working. We made contact with our Miss Shori a few minutes ago, and they had left the venue of the town hall meeting. But I can understand it's been a very hectic schedule, and we were following it live. We saw them move from one point to the other, and just finishing with this town hall meeting is quite exhausting. So one would expect that transiting into this interview might have one or two uh, challenges that they'll have to deal with. But let's remain hopeful that the, the connection will be made and will bring you this interview.
Please leave a message.
Yes, we're all working hard to bring you this. So just please bear with us. Laura, Jesse, thank you. Thank you for coming on. Still trying to make contact, guys. Guys, thank you for your patience, but we still can't get connected with Mr. Sowore. I'm sorry, Nediogo. I'm sorry. It's not. I don't know what the problem is. Like I said, they've been touring so hard. They've been working so hard. So anything could have gone wrong. It could have been internet connection in the location where they are, or it can be power failure. Maybe his battery is dead because I can't even get through. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, guys, someone is just texting me that um they're still driving back from the town hall meeting. So their signals, the signal is going on and off. That's what I'm just receiving from by text. So maybe we'll give them a little time to get to a place where they have better signal and they're settled.
Off and come back.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to make this work. I just got a request from, and he is going to be joining us any second from now, and that will be something of a big joy to us. All right, here we go. Mr. President, you're a little dark. Hello, Mr. President. I think they're still trying to make this thing work. I can appreciate, location and everything. Yeah, it must. I know it's night time there by now. I appreciate your making all these efforts to still. So you are actually driving. You're actually driving back to Lagos. Oh my God, Mr. President, we can't even make out anything you are saying. It's so, the connection is so bad. And I know this is one of the big frustrations that one faces when you try to do things from Nigeria. Very shameful, you being in communication, and when you want to use these facilities, you're not able to do it. I don't know how we're able. It's even gone off, ladies and gentlemen. That was the next president of Nigeria, Omoyele Sowore. He came on the broadcast briefly, but like you all know, poor connection is gone off again. We're hoping that he'll be able to get back. cut it off. Okay, we cut it off, but we need we need him to come on live. What we're gonna do is if we try and it doesn't work, we may have to shift this to hey Easy, how are you? um, Peter from Ogbomosho. Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you, Easy. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, all of you. For all the people in Abeokuta, we want to thank you for the great job you guys did. We saw all the singing, we saw the cheering, we saw you guys even had T-shirts. You came out very, very prepared. Allah Nuruddin. Olamileka, thank you so much for coming on air. We're going to try to make this connection again and see if the network will allow us. Yeah, first man Idiahi, thank you so much. Hello back to you. You are We are Take It Back. Yes, we all are in the Take It Back movement, and we're gonna take back everything. Look at how very myopic this transmission is because of the bad network in Nigeria. Ezekiel Thomas Okundayo, thank you watching from Italy. William Moho Erojutan, Santos Oluwa Toyin Oyewole, Larry K. Ajayi. Hey, Mr. Larry, how are you, sir? Easy Adeniran, Ehia, him, Ernest, Kingsley. How are you guys? We are hoping that Mr. President will be able to come back on the show. It's crazy. It's crazy what this internet connection is doing. That's gonna be the first question I'm gonna tackle him with because let's just face it. If you don't have good internet network in a place in 2018, how the hell are you going to be able to do business? This is one of the basic things. We're busy talking about power. Yes, power is important, but telecommunications to me is even more important. Yeah, watching from Finland. Anthony, thank you so much. Hello, Mr. President. I'm so sorry. I know how frustrated you are. I've tried to bring you back on, and the network is messing you up. You are back. Okay, good. I'm gonna try to add you back on and see how we can bring you back. Can you click on the request button again? Let's see if it will happen. Okay, good. I have the request icon again. I'm gonna try. You're already approved, sir. It's just the network. The network is trying to add you, but the network is not making it add you fully. It shows on my screen that it's trying to add you, but I think it's not strong enough to bring you on. Just give it a little time. And there's so many people waiting to hear from you, Olumide Phillips. Is there Darina? Yeah, he's back, but we can't get him on the. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have added you. I'm gonna do it again. And it just shows adding. Okay, connecting now. Okay. Yes, here we go again. Yo, Mr. Pressy. See,
How are you,
let's
Kelly? It's lovely to be with you finally. We're in huge traffic. You can see. Uh, this is what people go through on Sundays. On the Lagos Ibadan Expressway, huge traffic. So we're just coming back from Abeokuta, and let me quickly use this opportunity to clarify. Some people thought that because we stopped to help people who were in a in an auto accident that we actually were the ones who had accident. We did not have an accident. We were passing by a ghastly auto accident, and we decided to stop over to see what we could do to help the victims of the accident. We're all fine. We just left Abeokuta and we're on our way to Lagos now. And
Good job, Mr.
it's
President.
we had two major rallies today. One in Ibuora, in Oyo State, and we moved from there to Abeokuta, where we had a fantastic town hall meeting, and we are now on our way to Lagos. Everybody's fine on our team. Um, so, thank you so much for bringing me on your show, and you can take it away now.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to take it away from three things that are happening right now. The first one is telecommunication. You see the kind of bad network that we have. Second one is the accident that we just experienced right now. Third one is the traffic. Tell all of us what you intend to do about this myopic state of communication. This is 2018, and we're not able to have a very, thank God we're even seeing you right now, but I know how difficult it was and how frustrating it is sometimes.
And
All your thoughts.
by the way, you should be prepared to lose us anytime because the networks are unreliable. You know, the network, the telecommunication companies are ripping off Nigerians. This country has the most expensive telecommunication system. You pay through your nose. You know, they are always dropping calls. Their data and internet are scam. It's a big scam. When we come into office next year, it's going to be one of our major priorities. Internet should not be as expensive. If I live in the US and with $50, I can get unlimited data. I can make unlimited calls and texts. You cannot spend, $50 cannot carry you through one day within some of the telecommunication networks in Nigeria. In one day, you'll be done with $50. Like I said, it's a huge scam. It's one of the things we address as soon as we come into office. We have to make sure that these guys are not ripping Nigerians apart. It's no longer a rip off; it's a rip apart. Traffic, we ran into traffic, and as usual, it was caused by the situation of the roads, but mostly by churches. Churches on Sundays are the major cause of traffic on Lagos Ibadan Highway, and we just have to ensure that somehow the churches bear part of the cost of ensuring that they clear their traffic. Maybe they have to get off-duty police officers to moonlight for them. We just can't let them get away with what they do. It's unfair and unjust, and in my view, it's ungodly because people are dying in this traffic every day. Pregnant women, people are in accidents, people, people go through hell just because of churches. And the churches are building mansions within their premises, but they're not doing anything to help to help solve the traffic problem that they create. This is something we work in tandem with them. Our government is not going to be harsh towards religious freedom, but the freedom to also freely move on the highway is something that any serious government, any intelligent government cannot overlook. You need to know how many hours are spent on these roads that when there are church services.
Oh,
On
I hope we're not.
responsible governance in the country. So it's all kinds of reasons. The third question you asked is, of course, situation of our roads and the causes of accident. One of the things we noticed when we went to the scene of the accident, we saw blood. Apparently, the victims had been evacuated to the hospital, but only one police traffic officer from Ogun State was on site. And we asked him, sir, how did they get to the hospital? He said, we took them on that a patrol van. I said, what happens to ambulances? Someone whose blood is spilled on the floor must have had a major, major accident. It must be bleeding on the inside if they're bleeding so much on the outside. No ambulance. There's no care for people who run into accident. And when you cannot have that first aid care for accident victims, they are not likely to make.
Oh, network again, guys. I'm hoping that he will be back with us again. He had already warned us that we should be ready, that we might lose him, and that's what's happening right now. It looks like the network and they seem to have gone off, but he quickly highlighted what they were going to do about access. Let me try to bring him back on. Just give us 1 second. We're gonna try again to bring him back on. Just 1 second. Yeah, this is what we're dealing with right now. This is why we want to take it back. Anybody who is reasonable will know that we are at a point in Nigeria when we all must be clamoring to take it back. I don't care what side of the political, religious, or tribal divide you belong. If by now you don't believe that it is important to take back Nigeria, then I don't know what to do. So we all are clamoring to take it back. You're welcome back, Mr. President. We lost you.
Thank
You
you.
warned us we were going to lose you.
No, it's horrible. I knew this would happen, so I had to prepare your mind for it. And
Yeah.
it's just you know what, some of the things that happened that are happening here in Nigeria can't they don't happen anywhere else in the world. And I've traveled a bit, and I've traveled in some third world countries, maybe a lot of them actually. But this is the only place, this is the only country with the same status as Nigeria that is in this horrible condition. The sixth largest producer of oil. This is a major highway in Nigeria. And another thing we experienced while we were traveling on this highway was soldiers trying to beat the traffic, beating people up. They harassed us as well, but luckily enough for them, we didn't turn on our video, our live video at that point. We could have captured them for you to see. Probably we'll run into them as we're going. They're there beating up people, innocent people. One of the guys that beat up was a bike rider who just happened to run into them. And they were all well armed, carrying knives and bayonets, just harassing innocent citizens on the highway. This is how they get by. Instead of going to the front of the traffic to solve the problem, they beat people up and cause more havoc, and the traffic just get worse because of these irresponsible security agents and military officers who are traveling the same highway as our compatriots. Is the reason in this country we must just take this country back at once. There's no option. It's the only option we have to save Nigeria is next year. After next year, I don't know if we have another chance to get the country
Yeah,
back on track. Yeah.
Mr. President, someone just wrote now and said you should rest. And in line with what he's saying, I've asked. He said every day there's another event. Where do you get the strength to do these events? How are you? What is it? What is it that you're taking? Tell us what you're
I,
taking.
I'm obviously not a science student, as they say here in Nigeria. I don't take anything. Over these years, I've developed a lot of stamina doing long distance running. And if you're a long distance runner, you can get by with little rest because you've developed your muscles, your bones to just eat little while you do a lot more. It's a function of stamina. They said rest. Yeah, I understand. People look at my eyes and like they don't exactly look the way they think they should because I don't wear makeup. You see, so uh, yes, I don't wear makeup, but this thing that needs to be done requires as a candidate who wants to run
Oh man, it's happening again. So guys, it's just a network that, but so far he's dealt with how he's going to tackle the problem of the communication. He's so disappointed with the state of communication. He says the communication companies in Nigeria are not ripping people off, but they're ripping people apart. And so he says he's going to do something about it. He also says concerning the traffic on the Ibadan Lagos Expressway. I experienced that um, a couple of months ago when we were in that axis of the country. It took us a very long time. It took us a very very long time to be able to meander through that traffic. I'm gonna try to invite him back again. Um, uh, give us 1 second. I mean, I wonder. See now, see the kind of thing we are facing. See how we're trying to do interview from Nigeria to Canada, something that people do every day. I mean, how can you not be frustrated with this? How can you not be disappointed when you see things happening like this? It's so frustrating. This is something we should easily do and not be having all this back and forth, switching, trying to connect, trying not to connect. Come on, you should be frustrated. I don't know. People still tell me, you know what? Let's allow Buhari to still continue and finish the work that he's doing. I'm like, finish? You mean like finish people, like finish Nigeria completely? That's what you're waiting for? I mean, I can't believe it. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about like it's enough. You guys, somebody's talking about we should respect our elders. We should respect old people. Yes, we respect old people. Everybody's going to grow old. But see, we are kneeling down. We are bowing down. We are gesticulating. We are rolling on the floor. We are with all kinds of respect in the world. We are saying, yes, Olama Lichie, go ahead with your question. But with all due respect, we are saying these people who have sat on that seat for long, these people who have stolen our money, these people who have squandered our future, we are saying, please, we are asking you to just hand over our country and our future to us. We have a future. You guys have wasted your future. Just leave our future for us. We can decide what to do. People like Sowore, people like every other young person who has blood in their veins, you say we don't respect you. We respect you. Elders, please, we are rolling on the floor. We're begging you. However, if you don't take the option of quietly letting the Nigeria go, we are coming to take it back from you. That's the simple message, and that's what Mr. Sowore stands for. And Mr. President, I see your car bouncing up and down. Like,
We're just
are you
rocking
guys
back
having
and
a
forth,
party?
man.
Are you guys having a party in the cars?
No, it's a bad road, man. The potholes, we got to drive through potholes. We're driving on
Oh
the
my
edge of the
God.
road, just trying to get
Oh
by
my
because the road
God.
is not wide enough to service to take all the number of cars that are riding on it right now. So, which is, we're just on the edge, and sometimes people fall off the cliff
I
around here.
know.
It's not
Let me
funny.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Mr. President.
Yeah.
How, if this, I think my own frustration is making me not able to organize the question, but what do you have to say to a young Nigerian who is living in Nigeria, who is going through all of these things and is still sitting down and wondering whether they should be part of this movement or whether they should be part of any movement at all? Like, is it that they have become so complacent? Is it that they become so tired, or what is happening? What do you have
No,
to say?
they look. I think one of the things that I say this all the time, I'll repeat it again. One of the things that's taken a beating from the misrule of Nigeria is the self-esteem of an average Nigerian or a Nigerian youth. Their self-esteem has been destroyed. So, and a lot of them have become very cynical because they are used to people coming to lie to them to get their votes. They are being used all the time and dumped. And the politicians have also become so powerful that they will kill you if you stand up to them. They will have thugs come kill you. You probably read today that the police has asked the Senate President Bukola Saraki to come and explain his relationship with some robbers that engage in the robbery in Ofa in Kwara State. They found that he bought a car for one of them. One of them is getting paid. Is a level 15 officer in his office. And these are the kind of people that makes a lot of youth to be afraid. When some youth came out in our support, when our money was illegally frozen by Saraki last year with the help of a Kwara High Court judge, these guys were unleashed on our supporters in the Lorraine. They beat them up, they abducted them, tortured them, and uploaded their torture video on Twitter and claimed that we sent them to go and beat up the judge. This is what makes a lot of young people to be afraid. Apart from destroying their self-esteem, they actually go after them with maximum violence. They use police to harass and intimidate them. They use thugs to kill and assassinate people. And they use everybody they can find to intimidate and threaten. So they use religious leaders to instill fear in people. They have every part of the country covered wall to wall with intimidation, violence, and manipulation. So when you
So
find that users are complacent, you can't blame them all the time. But now that we are out there waking them up, some young people are still complacent. They are still playing games. Uh, they will tell you that they want to play devil's advocate. We said the devil has all the lawyers working for him already. Why do you need to be one of his advocates? Oh, or they would claim that they are being objective. They are not being objective. They are on the payroll of these guys. But because the only job in town, honestly, Chidi, is to work for a politician, either as a special assistant, as a snitch, or as an assassin, or as a ballot box snatcher. Those are the kind of jobs that are available to get in Nigeria. So they don't blame them, but people are waking up. Everywhere we
can I
go,
ask you?
people
Can
are
I ask
people
you
are
a
waking up.
question?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question? So,
Go ahead.
in the light
Yeah.
of all of these things that are happening, in the life of the seeming apathy that the youth have towards political issues and the complacency we are talking about and the cold feet they are having, getting involved in politics and actually rising up to the occasion, how do you plan? And you started waking them up, but when the rubber hits the road, when it is time to actually come out and declare, and take a stand against these politicians and these money bags, how do you plan to really, what are your strategies to counter whatever moves these guys are going to make? Because you're talking about all these their moves, they're going to come to try to use snitches, to try to use people, to intimidate people, to kidnap, to snatch, to maim, to harm, all of these things that are scaring the youth. How do you plan to counter this? Because it's going to come, it's going to happen.
Yeah. You know, we have to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. But
Yes.
let me tell you that this is one battle we must fight to finish. It's a battle of ideas, not. You'll be surprised that gun will not be able to defeat ideas in this one. And I did it before. I was part of the movement of young people who had to confront the military, and the military was pretty vicious. They kill at will, they jailed at will, they expelled us from the university at will. But after 10 years of fighting them, the military was finally defeated, and today the democracy we have, I was one of the people that fought for it, alongside the likes of Femi Falana, Wole Soyinka, uh, Gani Fawemi, Olisa Agbakova, Bamidele Aturu, Chima Obani, likes of Biola Akiode, all of these great Nasir Kura, Innocent Chukuma. I could go on and be naming names. Lade Adubi. We all hung out together, fought these guys to a standstill, and finally Nigeria had democracy. Exactly 20 years ago that that democracy came about. So we are going to use the same method and use even better method. The advantage we didn't have at that time was that we have technology. I mean, look at me now. I can reach you and reach thousands of people at the same time using just a small device. If we had this device in the 90s, the demise of the military could have been quicker. I can tell you that.
Let me ask you a question quickly there. I noticed that you do a lot of live videos. They are not edited. They are not pre-planned. Like you just get on the air and what is this? What is inspiring this vulnerability? Like things can go wrong and people will see. Don't you understand? Like, why are you not afraid of something happening?
People, when things go wrong and you hide it, people will still find out regardless, right? But here is what we are promising Nigerians. We are promising them transparency in government. You have to start by letting them know how transparent you want your campaign to be. And this will give them the idea of how transparent the government will be. It's the same thing that we're doing today. There's no reason why we should be hiding anything from ourselves. What could possibly go wrong? That, something bad could happen. If we are transparent about it, we get help faster than when we don't become transparent about it. For example, on our
Because
way here,
somebody
we saw an accident on our way, and we wrote it this: we are visiting an incident scene, but we didn't have time to properly tie to it. People have started calling us, and they're calling, and that if you needed for someone to come and parachute and save us, they'll come there. But supposing we are not
wonderful.
letting them know, they won't know what the situation we are in. We are just carrying them along with us on this journey. This journey is historic, and maybe the best thing that can happen to Nigeria, not maybe, is the fact that we are lucky to have technology and we are deploying it in a very smart way. And the vulnerabilities that you see about it or about us is the same vulnerability that's always been around, more of it. So people are going to get used to it. They know we are human beings and that we can make mistakes and things could go wrong. That's exactly the idea. But if we don't let people know that this is how we are, this is how we want to operate now, how can they believe us when we tell them I want to run a transparent government?
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for that. I mean, it's so clear that it's all about transparency. Someone actually texted me and said, why did Mr. Sowore give money right there on the road? That they saw you handing over money to a uniformed person. I would like
It's
you to
not
explain
true.
what happened.
That was false. That was false. It was
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I needed to clear that S. Okay, so for the guy who asked me that question, you just saw him clearing the air. He didn't give any money or any bribe to anybody.
hello.
Um, Hello, yes, yes, we are back.
So
You're back. You're back.
that allegation is false. I don't carry money with me anywhere. I don't carry physical cash with me. I don't even have a card. I don't have a card. We have colleagues who might be in possession of the little cash we need. Well, Nigeria is pretty much a cashless society. You can always do things by just using your phone to buy whatever you want to buy. You can make an account transfer. So there's really no need to be carrying cash. As a rule, I do not.
Um, Oh, this is why we must take it back. You see, Nigeria has a lot. Do you know Nigeria to employ people to help Facebook? We have Nigerians that are working with Facebook. That's to show the level of technological know-how that Nigeria is blessed with. We have a lot of guys who are really, really great with IT and they are working for big companies. And if you hand over the telecommunication of Nigeria, remember we used to have is it net, the net building that they burnt down. Nigeria used to handle its telecommunications, but right now it's the private companies that are taking over the telecommunication of Nigeria, and nothing is working. Everything is in shambles. Look at what is happening. If you hand this over to youth, our telecommunications will be perfect. You heard what Sowore is saying. So many countries who had independence the same time as Nigeria, they are way better off than Nigeria. It's unfortunate that the internet connection is so bad and is making him not able to communicate with us like he would want to. But in the little time that we've had him, and I really wouldn't want to stress him more than we have already stressed him because he's just coming out of a town hall meeting. I would want to. I won't even bother him to even try to log on. So, Mr. President, if you are listening, we want to thank you for coming on air and being with us for the little time that you were able to be with us. So many people would have not even honored this invitation, but you still came on as you promised and you did justice to the questions that we threw at you. You honored all the men and women who were waiting to hear you. That is the mark of a great leader. That's the mark of a good leader. And we here at Worship Media, and we in Worship Media, okay, want to appreciate you. Okay. He's even still trying to come back. What kind of a man is this? We're already letting him go, but he seems to be insisting on coming back. He's asking that he be added back on. Oh my goodness. This is really something nice. We are so glad, we're so grateful, sir, that you're able to do this. I Bros, I don't know. You need to rest. We are so grateful, Mr. President. Honestly, you didn't even have to come back anymore. This internet thing can be so frustrating, but you still wanting to be able to talk with people and answer the questions and relate with them. It's okay. That's why there's this urgency to take it back. This if there's no other reason why any youth thinks that we should take these things back, it's terrible. We must take it back. If you are a youth in Nigeria, what are you still waiting for? You see somebody like Sowore and you're still, before we were saying we wish we had somebody like him. Now we have somebody like him and he's just still sitting on the fence. Mr. President, thank you for insisting on coming back. We're already saying you should not bother because of the frustration of the communication, but you still insist on being added. We've tried again. It's still myopic, and we need to do something quickly. We wish they could pull the election easier. And for those of you who have been saying, oh, he's not making any moves, he's not breaking any grounds, we set up a survey, a poll, and we've been sharing it. We started with one candidate. Other people complain, how about the other candidate? If you pair him with other candidates, they're going to beat him. We've now paired him with all the top candidates. And you just need to go and see how he's performing against. And still some of you will say, oh, surveys are not an indication of how somebody is really doing. Well, If that's not an indication, I wonder what else is an indication of how good he's doing. But we know he's doing well. He's the only candidate who is traveling as far and as wide as he is traveling. Today he's in Nigeria, tomorrow he's in the US, the next tomorrow he's in the UK, he's back in Nigeria. That is the mark of someone who he sees the world as one little global village. And I'm not really surprised if you know Sahara Reporters and you know how Sahara Reporters came into the media landscape of Nigeria and took over things and disrupted the whole system. You will believe Sowore when he says he has come to disrupt things, and he's been disrupting things. Other candidates are finding it difficult to keep pace with him. Actually, my advice to every other candidate, and I love all of them. I love Mogalo, I love Fela Taye, I love Ahmed Buhari. I love every one of these young contestants. But I think what they should do, rather than trying to contest against Sowore from the same opposition, they should all try to team up with him so that we don't divide our votes, because I believe they are all saying the same thing. It is time for the people who have sat on our country to let go. That's the simple message they are saying. But Sowore seems to be more passionate than all of them. Sowore is not just his passion, but he is talking the talk and he is walking the walk. You need to be able to get up and move around. Not we see you here one day, it takes 2 weeks before we see you again. We go to your Facebook page, we see only 200 supporters. We go to your YouTube channel, we see 200, 500 subscribers. Come on, if you're going to be leading Nigeria, you should be able to mobilize people quickly. Sowore, in how many, just a few months, he has thousands of subscribers on his YouTube channel. We're not talking about Sahara Reporters. They are, take it back. I know how they started. I know how long they've been, just a couple of weeks now. But you see the great impact they've made on people. That's why you ought to, if you have not joined this movement, you need to join this movement. From Toronto, Canada, this has been Worship Media, and we brought you the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the CEO of Sahara Reporters, Mr. Omoyele Sowore. He is someone worthy of our followership. He is someone worthy of our support. If you want to know how you can join them, I'm going to be asking Erica to help us post a link to the GoFundMe page where you can go and support their movement. They also have a bank. I don't know if Kola is listening. You can also, okay, Erica is going to help us put up the GoFundMe page and also the Nigerian bank account. They finally have a bank account. I'm a strong supporter of the Take It Back movement. If you're doubting, I'm not sitting on the fence. I am a Take It Backer. So click on that link there, and you would see where you can go and support the movement, right? Okay. And then we're also going to post the bank account, the Nigerian bank account. I mean, yes, Prince Olushola Akabo, it says correct, if all of them could come together. None of the other presidents has put in 30% of work. Yes, for sure. Sowore is our man. Mary Olushola. Omoyele is the people's best choice. Yes. Waiting for him in Europe. People are waiting for him everywhere. What are you guys going to do? You're going to divide him. At least he has covered all the time. Yeah, good comments, guys. But please, I want to beg you, if you don't have a PVC card, all these things we are saying, all these things we are talking about will be useless. Make sure that you have your PVC card. Get it ready. Oh my God. Back to heavy traffic. let me see. Mr. President did make a comment. He says, back and free from heavy traffic. Okay, okay. Looks like he wants to come back. Let me see. Okay, you have your PVC. All right, if you have your PVC, can I see you indicate by typing something? Let me see the people who don't have your. If you have your PVC card, let me see you type, I have my PVC card, or give us a thumbs up. If I see a thumbs up, I know you have your PVC card. Let me see. Indicate by clicking on the thumbs up. If you have your PVC card, can I see you give a thumbs up or tell me that you have your PVC card so that we know that we are talking the talk and we are walking the walk like Sowore, our man. I see only 2 thumbs up, 3, 4. Just 1 thumb up and stop. Let me see how many people have their PVC card. Do you have your PVC card? Yes, I see Kolidoye, blessing. She has her PVC card. I don't see any other person with a PVC card. All right, because if we don't have our PVC, Uloma Liche has a PVC card. Okumbo, hopefully, Adeyinka Yusuf coming to Nigeria to have a Oba, Mary Ogushola, Easy has a PVC card. Great, great, great. This is what I want to see now. Is a PVC card. Sahid Oladebo, you have a PVC card. Don't mind. He didn't what? Okay, PVC card. Yes, yes, I see you guys. Don't mind Sheva. He's part of APC. It's okay. Everybody is welcome. Let them stay around so that they will be convinced and convicted. The thing you pin, can you take it out a little bit? Let me see what people are saying. Prince Osaz, do you have a PVC card? We need people with PVC card now. If you have a problem with PVC card, let us know. If you live in Nigeria and you're having a problem with PVC card, please let us know. Dinatu Jagaba, you have a PVC card. Hey, Dina, thank you. Mary Ogunsaya, Rankin Steve, PVC card is here with me in Saudi Arabia. Good job. Benga, you have. We are going to mobilize people. They're still thinking that we are not serious. We will take them one at a time. They will be so shocked they won't know what hit them like a horror. That's what's going to happen. One person at a time. We're going to arm ourselves with our PVC card. We're going to take it down. This man, now what for you? This, oh my God, you're a diehard. What's the matter with you?
No giving up. We are not giving up. You know, it's
Oh my God.
It's past 8 p.m. Nigerian time. We're still on the road.
Aluta, continue.
We are entering another one. It doesn't end. But
you're a real Aluta man. You're a real Aluta man. You remind me of our days in school, our university days, man. We need to take it back.
Take it back. You know? So we got from one traffic jam to another.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay, Mr. President, I have 2 quick questions for you. One is, we are going to win this thing if people come out and have their PVC cards and they vote. Is there what strategy are you using with the Take It Back movement? And then eventually it will lead to the next question. But how are we ensuring that these youths we are mobilizing are getting their PVC card? Is there some form of campaign? Is there some kind of strategy and maybe some statistics that we can use to make sure that we are winning this sensitization of our youth to get their PVC cards, because they can't win the war by just commenting on social media.
No, it's true. We have a plan to do Operation Show Your PVC as part of the Take It Back movement. We will collect names of our members and help search them on the INEX page to be sure that they have PVC. PVC is very, very important. It's the most important piece of card for 2019, starting from 2018, because by December they will stop the registration of voters, So you won't be able to get PVC after the month of December 2018. So, but already we are seeing we've seen remarkable improvement in people obtaining PVC cards, and I think that would be something. I think they said there are over 40 million PV registration has been done this year alone. People are really vexing by obtaining PVC cards, and a lot of people are planning to vote out the government and vote for a new leader in the country. Of course, as we mentioned, there are still some young people who are still supporting these old people. We see some of them on Twitter who are they are voting against their own future by voting back into power people who have no capacity to do anything for them. But we're also seeing a seismic change in the attitude of our youth, and you can see them in those town hall meetings. These students usually don't go to town hall meetings except you go to their campuses.
Yeah,
Yeah, but now they
yeah,
come out. You saw them with us. They came from today we had about 6 campuses around Abeokuta that came uh, around Ogun State that came to see us, to be with us, and you could see that in the hall. They have their signature song, a Luther song, and
yeah, 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 yeah.
they sing. They make a chant during the town hall meetings. And we have our special salute and we have our special national anthem that we sing during this event. It's very exciting. They are all excited. But you're right. We must not leave any stone unturned and we must not take anything for granted. Because beyond just obtaining
Okay,
PVC, you have
that
to ensure
leads
that
me.
people go out to vote and people don't
Okay,
intimidate them.
that takes me to my next question. We know that Take It Back movement has been doing well and mobilizing people, but a lot of people have sent in questions and they're asking, what party are we expecting to vote you into, or when are you going to make a declaration for a party, or have you already made
Party,
that
party,
declaration?
party. This is a big question people ask us. Well, we have we have a lot of parties that are approaching us, but right now we even have a party that is following us around. Hello,
Hello, yeah, I can hear you. I can
hello.
hear you.
Yeah,
Yes, I can hear you.
I said we have a chairman of a party that follows us these days, so as to show that we are not partyless. Uh, and there's a lot of parties that have approached us. We are having conversations that will make it a grand coalition, but we have a party that's been following us around just so that they can show that we have parties. Our problem won't be a party. Definitely, our problem will be a party. Our problem will be having too many parties from which to choose from. That's the only problem we can have. We are talking to parties because we favor a grand coalition to just having one party. Uh, the question people we should ask people is, would you follow us to any party that we can trust? That's the question we ask our followers. Because some people have this mentality that, oh, if it's not one of the big parties, they give up. No, this time around, it will be a battle between uh, a, a powerful party and the conscienceless parties. There are a lot of parties out there that have no conscience, and we are not shy to mention them, the APCs and the PDPs of this world.
Someone just quickly asked, uh, it says National Interest Party.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. President, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, someone
I
just
can hear
asked
you
a
now.
question there. Just said they just said National Interest Party.
Yeah, National Interest Party has been following us in the last 3 days. And they said they love our idea, they love the ideology behind our movements, and they They just want to see how we're doing. So they are an observer team on the movement side in the last 3 days. But I'm just saying that we're talking to a lot of parties, though. We're talking to a lot of parties.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I mean, I just wanted people to know that the emphasis is not really on party. The thing is, I think people are so used to the status quo and where we're coming from, where there's so much
But
emphasis on the
a
party.
party,
But
a party, a, our movement today in Nigeria is probably the strongest political movement in the country.
yeah,
Take back
hello.
our country as their mantra now. So our movement is the strongest right now. You know, it's the only movement that is trending in Nigeria. Is take it back.
Yes, yes, I know. But it's just that, like you have said, we're all itchy. Viewers are itchy. The comments they are making, they need to know quickly as possible. My advice is stay with the Take It Back movement and trust them enough that whatever party they direct you to, you'll be there with them.
We will keep the movement very strong. We keep it uh, undiluted, and we'll keep it focused, and we'll keep it ready, ever ready. The reason we entered politics through a movement is because uh, we want to be able to keep our DNA intact. You know,
Good
Buhari
job.
has not declared. He has not been declared a candidate. He's just a member of a party. Uh, uh, Atiku doesn't have the candidacy of his party. He's just a member of PDP. We're just saying that they don't belong to the movement. We belong to the movement, and our movement is very strong. And our movement, we get into a party as soon as we are clear about the objectives, and we are clear about where we are headed, and we are clear about a lot of variables. So just let our movement, let our followers keep faith with us. Our fellow take it backers, as we call them. And you just need to see at these rallies that we have that there is no reason to be afraid about whether we'll get a party or not. We'll
Finally,
get it. Yeah.
finally, how do you intend to counter the practices and the strategies of these guys who are coming with money, the money bags? How do you intend to counter their moves? Because
Take a
how are you going
swig
to
of
raise
water.
money? It takes money to do politics.
We are raising money transparently, and we're doing so well so far. There's no doubt about the fact that we can make do with a lot more money than we're getting now. But we want to prove to the world that money is not everything, and that with little we can achieve a lot more when we have public support. People tell us when we go to these rallies that if we're to be spending money like other politicians, some of our rallies will cost 50 million naira. It will cost regular conventional politicians 50 million naira. But even in circumstances where we are swarmed or surrounded by area boys demanding money, when we tell them that we are not the type of political operators that donate and dole out money to people to support us, they just step back and say, hey, don't worry, these are special breeds of people. They're not used to it, but the moment we explain to them, they take it from us that what we're saying is true. So I think money will fail. We know very for sure that money will fail them this time around. It is the money they stole from the Nigerian people, money meant for roads, construction, money meant for building hospitals, that they are throwing back at the people. When they take $1 million from you, they'll give you back $500 peanuts, and you'll be celebrating and shouting and chanting their praises. It's not going to be like that anymore. we're doing so well so far with so little. But I saw that you are even using your platform for us. That's encouraging. We need support. We need the 1,000 nairas from. If a million Nigerians give us 1,000 naira each, we're good, and that is money you can afford. It's money you can afford. And on Facebook, sorry, on GoFundMe, we're asking them to give us $200 from Nigerians in the diaspora, and we only need $200 from 10,000 people, and we're good. But so far, I think about 1,000 people have donated, so which is encouraging. So we're onto something.
Good, good, good job.
I think
I
today
know
we
I said
crossed. I think today we actually crossed. Today we crossed the 50,000 mark on GoFundMe today.
woo, that's good, that's good,
Yeah,
that's good. I just a lot of people have been telling me they're gonna support. Don't worry, we're also doing a lot of things on the side.
I
Just to
just
let
want to
our
show you.
viewers know, from Worship Media, we started. Go ahead.
I'm showing you the highway onto Lagos. It's very late in the night. You can see we're cruising into Lagos now. Hopefully, we don't run into another traffic. But for those of you who are missing home,
Hopefully.
this is our beautiful country, Nigeria.
Oh,
This is the highway to Lagos. This is Lagos.
please, after this
This is
interview,
Lagos.
you need to sleep. After this interview, you need
Lagos.
to sleep. Just
Yeah,
switch off. I want to be
Lagos.
selfish.
This country.
Switch off your
By the
phone.
way,
Cancel
by the
every
way,
other interview.
this country
Cancel
could
it.
really be a beautiful country, but not with the way they are running the place, man.
Yeah, I know,
It
I
could be
know,
a
I
nice
know, I know.
country.
Please, one question before you
This is
go.
this is the this is the bridge leading to Lagos, so I just wanted to share that with you.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, wonderful. You make me homesick. Don't worry, we're coming back very soon.
So Lagos, there, I want to share that with you. This is the city of Lagos. Sadly, very poorly lit because they don't have electricity a lot at night, so you can't see much. It's
I
very
know,
dark.
I know,
Anyways,
I know.
let's go back. Yeah.
Let me ask this question. When you were in
Yes. I'm right
Umuahia,
here now.
when you were touring the eastern part, yeah, good. When you were in Umuahia, when you were touring the eastern part of the country, you made promises about harnessing the skills that you saw in the east. There, I hope you are still here. But how do you intend to
Hello.
harness all the? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello.
Hello.
Are we on? Are we on? Hello,
Hello.
hello, hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you
Can
hear
you see
me?
me? Can you hear me now? Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear
I
you
can see
now.
and I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Okay. So I was going to say, when you were in the eastern part of the country, you saw so many things. You heard stories about how there was a refinery that people used to refine their own petroleum, like during the war. And you heard about
Yeah,
all
I
the
can hear you now.
technological advances that, okay, you heard a lot in the East about the technological advances that the people of the East did on their own. When you become president, how do you intend to harness these potentials in the East? How do you plan to maximize it? Because there's so many talents there. You saw those talents. You talked about it when you were. I heard you talking about the One Town Hall.
Yeah, I think the first thing we have to do, Chidi, is to invest in these young people. We have to invest in education. We have to invest in infrastructure, invest in the power sector, electricity, uh, and bring them up to speed with it. And you'll be surprised what if they get just a little bit from the government. This thing is to make the country secure for everybody, to provide electricity for everybody in the country, to have electricity 24 hours every day, to have infrastructure, roads, power lines, power transmission lines, to have sewage, to have potable, drinkable water, to have our health situation to be under, to be on par.
Okay, Mr. President, your final words. This we can't hear you now, but as soon as we get connected, when you can hear us once more, when you can hear us again,
I think we
I'd just like you
tried.
to give us your
We
final
tried
words.
very hard. If you are still online, we'll join you if we get stable internet when we arrive at our
Yeah,
destination.
yeah, yeah. I'm still online. I, I'm still online. Just give us your final words and we'll just wrap it up. You need to go and sleep. And after this, we
Hey,
ban you this night from any communication. You need to switch off your phone and sleep. So your final words.
final words. Thank you. Take it back as thank you, Nigerians. Good evening, everywhere in the world. Those who are falling asleep or who are asleep, where it's midnight, wherever you are. I say good night or good morning, and we can take our country back. We will take Nigeria back come next year. And we started the journey now. I guarantee you that this is a great journey. It's historic, and we will take Nigeria back. We've seen it all over the place. The signs are all over the place. The signs are all over the place. We'll take it back.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you so much. We're love is with you. We're praying for you. You have our support. Please turn off your phone right now. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. We're so proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of us here in the Worship Media Studio in Toronto, Canada, I want to thank you for staying on the program. Please keep supporting him, keep encouraging him. He's doing so much work. We cannot let him down. He's a young man like all of us, and he deserves some accolades. Thank you so much. This has been Chidi and Erica from Worship Media Canada signing off.